2, there's going to be 1, or there's going to be 0. Now, I'm fully aware that if you're on a team, how many are on a team where you guys run the ball a lot? Pound it. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of times where the safety might be at like 7 yards, and he's right down here looking to get involved in the run game, right? And then other times he might be looser. Regardless if this speaks directly to what you're doing right now, it's a good way for you to set the table and start to understand coverage long term, okay? I'm going to have you find the safety. There's going to be 2, there's going to be 1, or there's going to be 0. And by safeties up on the shelf, or high, I mean 10 yards or deeper. Where are your safeties? Does that make sense to everybody? So let's get to it. I'm going to draw in linebackers here. Just assume that when I draw in linebacker, I'm not a very good artist. Assume that that's 5-yard depth, okay? So when I break the huddle, I want to get my eyes up onto the safeties and count them. Next, I want to always scan in a symmetrical way. What does that mean? It means lots of young quarterbacks. See what they do. They come to the line of scrimmage, and they're running an ISO play or a blast play right here to the left. You know what they do? They come up, getting down, looking at it, down. Say, where's the play going? What does everybody know? Where does everybody know the play's going? Because you just told them the play's going there, right? You got to have a confidence and a comfort level that when you get out under the ball, under the center, over the ball, that you know it's going there, but you're looking. If you look this way, you better look that way. If you look that way, you better look this way. Set, go, go. And then you bring the football where it's going. You guys understand? Same thing pre-snap when you're trying to diagnose the coverage. When I come out, so let's imagine I'm this quarterback, and I come out, find the safeties. How many safeties are up top right now?
2.
I got 2. So my eyes now are going to go to the corner. And I always teach my quarterbacks, read like you're reading a book. Read from the left to the right. Nice and simple. Get your eyes there, find the corner, and figure out, all right, this guy, I want to ask 3 questions about him. This seems like a long list, and I know you have a play clock, but this stuff is going to start to fire like this. It's not going to be 3 questions you're asking. You're going to look and know immediately, I know what he's doing. But in the beginning, the very beginning, you're going to ask 3 questions about him. You're going to ask, how deep is he? What's his leverage? And where are his eyes? What does that mean? Deep just means how far off the line of scrimmage. How deep is this guy?
It's about 5 yards.
About 5 yards, all right? Is he inside, head up, or outside?
Outside.
Slightly outside. And I'll tell you because it's drawn on a whiteboard and you can't tell. His eyes are back here. Do you think that is indicative of a zone coverage or a man coverage? Who said zone? All right. It is a zone because if it was a man coverage, Jordan, jump out for a second, please. Jordan's my receiver. You know how to line up his receiver? Slide in one. All right. So if I'm here, I'm looking in there. Am I preoccupied with him?
No.
No. Slide out a little bit. If the ball's still in there and I come in here, now who do I care about? And that's all I care about, right? So it's telling me it was what kind of coverage? Man. So usually right away, thank you. Usually right away these guys will start to give it. Jordan, would you say that's true?
Yes.
These guys will give it away most of the time, right?
Yes.
Now, as the reason it's so important to learn the basics. Have you ever had corners disguise on you and try to trick you?
Yes.
All right. So as you get older, what you're going to find is defensive coordinators are not stupid. They might be bad people, but they're not stupid, all right? Now, so when they're here, they may start like this, let the quarterback get into his cadence, and then start to creep and get their eyes here. You know what I mean? But for now, you got to learn the foundation. You know what this is like? Who here has ever taken pre-calculus? Who here has ever taken geometry? Who here has ever taken college-level algebra? Okay. So, not a lot of hands in the air for good reason. Who here has started to work, who's mastered addition and subtraction? Good. Who's worked on the times and division tables? Okay. So the reason I'm bringing it up is, eventually you'll have to do advanced mathematical function. But if you don't know that 8 times 8 is 64, you're going to have a really hard time doing those. Does that make sense? So if you don't know this stuff, this foundation, and they start playing games on you, you're going to be lost. It's stressful, man. Trust me. My August and September of my sophomore year of high school was not an easy time because I thought I knew what I was doing and I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I'd just find the open guy and throw the ball. And my high school coach straightened me out real fast. My varsity head coach was also my quarterback coach. And I can honestly tell you, he tried to embarrass me. And he did. He embarrassed me bad in a couple scrimmages because he thought that I just knew better. And I did kind of think that way. And he straightened me out. I learned a great life lesson from him. That's why he's such a great football coach, because he showed me I really didn't know much of anything. And I learned and I got better, you know? So my point here, though, in all of this, is I got to know this stuff as a foundation, okay? So we said now, so there's going to be two safety coverages we're going to look at today, okay? So eyes up top, we said this, so we think he's in a zone. You think he's in a shallow zone or a deep zone at that depth?
Shallow.
Shallow, right? There's no way this guy's covering a deep part of the field, so he's here, right? Okay. So he's responsible for the flat, he's responsible for curl, he's responsible for middle hook, he's responsible for curl, he's responsible for flat. What do you think these guys are responsible for? Deep what?
Deep.
There's two of them, so you divide, what kind of fraction is that? Half. There you go. So deep half these guys got here, okay? What coverage do you think we're looking at?
Cover 2.
Yep, bingo, cover 2. Simple one, all right? Now, what do you think is the strength of this coverage from the defense's perspective? What's the strength?
Oh.
The middle.
Could be.
Underneath.
Underneath, yes, you guys got it. So middle plus the outside. Underneath. How wide is the football field? Raise your hand.
It's not
How many yards?
37 point something.
Good job.
Somebody else. I like putting all the guesses in the book. Keep going.
40.
Come on, come on, come on.
38.
Dylan, you know this. Huh?
52. 35.
He was close.
52.
It's 50.
Come on.
37 and a half.
Okay.
50.
50.
You already said your answer. Put your hand up.
I said 36. He said 36.
36. Sorry about that. Oh, can't figure it out. Oh. There we go, buddy. Any others? Late entries?
50.
50.
Stole that.
You guys ready?
Yep. Yep.
Huh?
Oh, I remember that from last year.
Guys ready? Now, who's good at multiplication in their head?
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Little bonus question here. I'll give you 10 seconds on the clock starting when this gets to the 1. How many feet wide is a football field? Go.
He's in 3 seconds.
Every 3 feet is 1 yard. So 53 divided
Time.
by 3.
Who said it?
Dang.
Well, you can't go by him. He can tell you whatever number you want to know.
You're a good math guy?
Yeah, you can ask him anything. He'll tell you.
I love it. That's good, man. It's a good skill to have. So it's 160.
What does
Now, so it's a good thing to know in general. Now, you guys play on a high school field for the most part, unless for some reason maybe you'd have a youth game on a college field. But you know the hash marks as they work up the field?
Yes.
So the hash marks in high school, unlike college and then the NFL, the hash marks evenly divide. Go take a look when you go outside. They divide the field into 3. Actually, not only is this a kind of a mathematical quirk. This is 53 1/3 yards wide. The field. Each section of the field is 53 1/3 feet, adding up to 160 feet. So the idea is it's evenly divided. As you get to college, as Jordan will learn now here very quickly, it gets a little narrower, and then in the NFL it gets even narrower, and the goalposts also get narrower, okay? So the reason I care so much about this number, please remember this number. Don't get it wrong next year when you come, guys. Whatever you do, right? Now, so what we got here is, how many guys? I got 5 guys underneath, right? So if we divide the field 53 1/3 by 5, these guys have a little bit more than 10 yards apiece to patrol, to be responsible for. Not that bad, right? 10-yard area is not brutal, okay? Now, especially when you're reading routes and reading quarterbacks. Now, over the top, they have this help. Now, what would you say is a weakness of this defense from the defense's perspective?
Right